What's up? What's up? What's up, my beautiful, diverse American people? We are at the verge of World War III. I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back there was a politician, decent man, wanted to be president. Was not anyone that you would have had to worry about starting wars, attacking American cities, um, children disappearing throughout the country. You wouldn't have had to worry about any of those things. But this guy did a fatal mistake. Because, like I said, he was a decent man, very exuberant, very high energy, and coming out of one of his rallies or events or something, he turns to a camera and he goes, "Yeehaw!" That's it. That's all it took. That yeehaw ended the man's bid, career, life, because he said yeehaw from excitement coming out of one of his rallies, one of his speeches. The Republicans, oh my God, how can he say yeehaw? Oh my God, that is so unprofessional, undistinguished of a president. Oh my God. And they ruined the man's life. And now, today, 2026, we see that there are obvious, higher standards to be the bachelorette than to be president of this country. There's just no, I mean, it's not even close. The bachelorette, in a moment of strife, a moment of, of emotional, domestic issue, did something crazy. It's not, tiptoe around it. A moment of craziness. That moment of craziness, they ended the entire season. They canceled it. That cannot happen. We cannot have somebody show emotion. But a president can appear on a known pedophile's list, cased thousands of times. And that's not reason enough for outrage. On the contrary, he's a good Christian. He's a good Christian. Idiots. We've become a nation of idiots. Sorry, guys. It didn't happen overnight. You didn't set out to be idiots. You were born beautiful, wonderful, loving babies like everybody else. You weren't born hateful. You weren't born ignorant. You were just born. Everything that came after was thrust on you, taught to you, imposed on you. And yeah, at some point you decided on your own to continue what you were taught, learned, imposed. But it didn't come from you naturally. It was thrust upon you. So all that hate you feel towards my brown skin was taught to you, was imposed on you. We deserve better. We deserve better. When they put "we the people" on there, bigger, first, they knew. They knew. They did it for a reason. If they wanted a Christian nation, they would have said, "We the Christians." They wanted a white nation, they would have said, "We the Anglo-Saxons." If they wanted a nation of owners, they would have said, "We the landowners." They didn't. In their vast brilliance, flawed and fucked up as they were, because they were all slave owners, They knew that that wasn't right. They knew that a future, which they could not even mention, because if they just said the word future or anything along those lines, they would have been burned as witches. So they had to be very deliberate in their writings. These writers had to be very deliberate and very smart, and wrote a constitution and a Bill of Rights to grow with their nation, not to be stagnant. So that we the people was purposefully put in there to mean all the people moving forward. Not the handful, not the writers, not the whites, all the people, even though they were slave owners. But they had a vision. They had a vision of a nation built solely on freedom. Something that we've lost the meaning to because of greed, ignorance, and beta boy bitch cowardness. That's all it is. And I'm going to say it again, and I'm sorry, ladies, especially Latina ladies. I know it was you. It's your fault that they hate us like we do. Because somewhere along the line, I know one of our beautiful, remarkable, spectacular Latina women, minority women, shut down these beta boys and told them to kick rocks. And they've been resentful for it ever since. So it's your fault. You're too beautiful for them. You're too amazing, you're too loving, you're too spectacular for them to be able to handle your alpha female energy. And that goes for all women. Your alpha female power, leadership, energy terrifies these little beta boy bitches. And that's why the SAVE Act, that's why they are trying to disenfranchise as many women as possible, because they fear you. There's no other reason. They fear your alpha leadership. And this is not new. Remember, the pedophiliac, homosexual King James that assembled that Council of Nicaea to pick and choose which books, which fables, which stories they wanted to include in their patriarch Bible, their book of fables and parables and I mean evil, because there's such evil shit in that book, solely for the purpose of controlling the masses. That's the sole purpose that they assembled those books into their Bible, and left out the books about females, the book of Enoch. They left out anything that would go against their male-driven society that they felt God wanted. Because it always goes back to God. They blame God for all of their malevolence. And God is not a malevolent being. All that malevolence is man's malevolence. And written in a way to blame God, so that people fear the unknown. And if it's true that God created us in His image is a loving, caring, accepting one. And that's not what we're seeing. So, I said it before, and I'll say it again. We're in bizarro America. This is not the Founding Fathers' vision of a nation built on freedom. It's not. Somewhere along the line, something switched, something changed. Some say we entered a black hole. Some say 2012, the Maya calendar and all that, was not just, as they said, just a calendar, but an actual shift in consciousness, a shift in the world, in the universe, that turned things upside down, a shift in polarity, a shift in something where what was once good, love, intelligence, compassion, inclusion, are seen as bad. And war, fear, ignorance, hatred are seen as patriotism. So the only way that this can change is by we the people. That's it. There's no other way. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system to our nation. A test of the strength of this experiment that our democracy is. Because remember, there's no other one in the world like us. There have been others patterned after us and that follow democracy, but not like us. We lost the way because of greed, ignorance, and hatred. So enough of that stupid shit. We need leaders that lead through love and intelligence, not through ignorance, fear, and hatred. We are fucked. We're in for a next 10, 15 years of absolute agony in America. We will see homelessness increase. We will see despair at levels we haven't seen since the Great Depression. Because we didn't think they would close the Strait of Hormuz when it was the most obvious thing that they would do to anyone with half a brain. We didn't think they would do that. And let me tell you, let me be clear. A regime who would purposefully attack clean water systems, electrical grids, to impose hardship, despair, and death on innocent civilians is not doing the work of God. Like the Pope said, don't pervert Christianity for your malevolence, because it's been done before. The Crusades, the Inquisition, the KKK, all touted Christianity as their weapon. Beta boy bitch PD is doing the exact same shit. And goes back to the founding fathers' vision that they did not want any religion in their country, in their nation, because they knew of the horrors that Europe had undergone because of Christianity's rule. So don't make any mistake that a regime that would do that to human beings will do it to you. I do not see how they would not drop a nuke on LA in the name of God to impose their fascism. I do not put it past them anymore. I do not. And I do not put past that they will drop nukes on Iran. It's just a matter of time. There's no question that they're going to do it. Because if they're talking about going after their water systems, they're talking about going after their electrical grid to harm innocent people, children, women, who have nothing to do with any of this. They will do it to you. There is no difference. A predator is a predator. To whom is irrelevant. And when they're done predating on the run, they're going to turn that back on you, the American people. Now keep looking the other way. Keep watching the entertainment. Keep being entertained. Because that's exactly what they want. They want you focused on the fact that the Bachelorette is a terrible lady. Does not deserve to have her show on TV. But a pedophiliac, racist, is perfectly fine as president. Bizarro America. We the people. Crazy and impossible. I love every single one of you. I don't care the color of your skin. I don't care where you came from. I don't care how you got into the country. I care that you love this country. Because seeking asylum is not a crime. Never has been. Wanting freedom, wanting a better life has never been a crime. Only a crime to racist, insecure, ignorant bitches. Betas. God bless you. Crazy and impossible.